5.03 Meiosis. We learned that mitosis makes identical copies of cells. In this lesson, we are going to explore another type of cell division that is different from mitosis and helps to create the diverse world we live in today. In Africa, we see some very unusual species. The animals in Africa look very different from other species we are used to seeing in America. Some examples of these unusual species are the African baboon, bat-eared fox, warthog, elephant shrew, true frog, and the highly venomous green mamba snake. Even in your own family, you may have a diverse-looking group. You may look similar or completely different than your brother or sister. What process makes this variety exist in our world? The process is called meiosis. Meiosis allows for the creation of organisms with unique appearances. The objectives in this activity are that you will complete the following tasks: review cells and DNA, review mitosis, discover the process and importance of meiosis. Meiosis. Let's look back for a moment and review some cell basics. Let's click on the image of the cell below for a quick review. All living things are made of cells. The nucleus is located in the center of the cell and contains the genetic material that directs the cell. The genetic material is called DNA. DNA groups together and forms chromosomes. During cell division, chromosomes are copied. These copies of chromosomes are called chromatids. Before the cells begin to divide, the chromosome copies, called chromatids, are held together and are in the shape of an X. There are two ways that cells divide. Roll over the words below to learn more about each. Meiosis is a process of cell division that divides a parent cell to create 4 new cells. These new cells have half the number of chromosomes than the parent cell. The 2 steps in the process are meiosis I and meiosis II. Mitosis is a process that divides a parent cell to form 2 identical daughter cells. The chromosomes in the daughter cells are exactly the same as chromosomes in the parent cell. Let's move on to the lesson page to learn more about this process. Recall from our lesson on mitosis that malaria is a big concern in Africa and other countries that are located near the equator. Malaria is a single-celled parasite that lives in the mosquito and causes illness. When a mosquito bites a human, the organism enters the human's body. Once in the human, the parasite reproduces and makes the human very sick. Did you know that some people do not get sick if they are bitten by a mosquito that is carrying malaria? It's true. These folks are immune to the parasite. They inherited special chromosomes from both parents that make it impossible for the parasite to reproduce and make them sick. What does it mean to inherit a special set of chromosomes from both parents? How does that work? It is possible to inherit special chromosomes from each parent due to a process of cell division called meiosis. We learned that mitosis makes 2 daughter cells with exact copies of the parent cell chromosomes. Meiosis, on the other hand, makes 4 new cells, and each new cell contains half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. We call these sex cells, or sperm, and egg. The sex cell that males produce is the sperm. The sex cells that females produce is the egg. When a sperm and egg combine, they make a new cell. This cell contains a full set of chromosomes, half from the male and half from the female. Let's visit the lab to see exactly how the process of meiosis works. Please complete a lab sheet with this lab. Click here for your lab sheet. This is what it should look like. Make sure that you print the sheet out before you start the lab, and then you can fill it in as you go along. Now's the time to watch the video. And when you finish it, let's look at the questions down below. Now you know why Mr. and Mrs. Anderson's 3 children look so different. You may even have a sibling that looks nothing like you. This variation is due to meiosis. When you are finished with the lab worksheet, please move to the activity page for a quick review and to also see what you must turn into your teacher for this lesson. Meiosis is a fascinating process. Without meiosis, we would not have the variety of organisms that we have in the world today. Roll over each word below for a quick review. Meiosis is the process of cell division in which one cell divides to produce four new cells with only half of the number of chromosomes of the original cell. These new cells are sex cells. The male sex cell is the sperm. The female sex cell is the egg. Meiosis I is the first stage of cell division. This stage is similar to mitosis. Two new identical cells with the same number of chromosomes as the parent cell are produced. Meiosis II, or meiosis II, is the second stage of cell division. This stage produces four new cells with half of the number of chromosomes as the original cell. When you reach this point, you will have completed the following tasks: discovered how the process of meiosis makes cells with half the chromosomes of the parent cell, discovered how sex cells produced by meiosis combine and create new cells, and reviewed mitosis. It's amazing to see how such tiny structures and simple processes create individuals. For this lesson, you will turn in your lab sheet. The link to the lab sheet is located above the tab on the lesson page. Please let your teacher know if you are having any questions. So for the assignment, you will complete all the tasks that are outlined in the lesson, go to the assessment area, and complete assignment 5.03 Meiosis. For complete directions on how to submit work and attach files, please go to the course information area. Also, don't forget, if you haven't started your collaborative project, there's a link right here that will help to get you started with that.